It is time now for my next guest, who I'm delighted to say has finally arrived from the Irish premiere of his new TV show and who quite simply has done it all. He is a best-selling novelist. He is an award-winning radio host. He is a 9-time BAFTA-winning talk show host. And most importantly of all, folks, he has his own range of Sauvignon Blanc to toast his own success with. Would you please raise the glass and give it up for the one and only Mr. Graham Norton!
Lovely to be here. That music, how great was the music?
How good was that music?
It's so great, the music. I have to say, tonight, chat show hosts, they're like buses. You wait ages for one.
They are. You've no idea how nice I feel, Graham, for you to come out and for me to be the third best talk show host on my own talk show.
Stop it. You stop that talk now.
That's how it works. You've hot-footed it.
I have.
From your glamorous launch party for your new Prime Video series.
It really was glamorous. Vogue Williams hosted the Q&A. That's how glamorous it was, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. No, it was good. And there was, a free bar, so do excuse me. You're never too old or too rich for a free bar. That's all I say.
It's all great. Yeah. You can see exactly what these people want in their lives, Graham.
No, they were saying they didn't get so much booze for the thing because they thought, a lot of people will be doing dry January. It's like, not when it's a free bar, they won't. Suddenly, all thoughts of dry January gone.
A free bar in Ireland. Somebody has not thought this through. So tell us a little bit about the show. This is comedians, some of our best comedians locked in a room, in a house together.
Yeah, so basically what it is, it's this format called Last One Laughing, and it's been rolled out across the globe. It's in lots of different territories. And now they've done it in Ireland. And there are 10 brilliant Irish comedians. And the idea is you're in this room, you mustn't laugh, but you've got to really try to make each other laugh. Now, that doesn't sound like a laugh riot. You're thinking it'll be quite grim watching people not laughing for 6 hours. But it is very, very funny.
It's very funny.
It's been cast brilliantly. Really good comics.
We have a little clip of you explaining the rules to those funny people that aren't allowed to laugh at the other funny people in the house.
OK. You've basically got 2 jobs. One, to make the others laugh, but most importantly, not to laugh yourself. I'll be next door. I'll be watching everything very, very closely. I've got 2 buttons. When I hit the green one, you hear this. And that means game on. It is time to not crack a smile. The second button is red. When I hit that, gee, God, that happened.
The British are back! They're coming!
That was even more dramatic than I was expecting it to be. It was very loud.
Very good.
Very loud. So you saw some of the faces there.
Yes.
Like Aisling Bea, Jason Byrne, Deirdre Kane's in there, David McSavage. I mean, it's a real range of comics.
But what I loved about it too was it looks expensive.
Well,
I mean, sometimes they spend it on the host and they've nothing left for the set, and then sometimes they spend it on the set and this is...
Stop it.
Is what
No, I have to say, sometimes if there's an international format, and I'm saying nothing, but sometimes there's an Irish version of an international... There's a slight sense of, that'll do. But it looks like all the other versions. I mean, we walked in, and I think everyone was kind of blown away by the scale of the set and all of that. It was really phenomenal.
So they're in there, and they're doing their best to... They're basically doing anything to try to get a laugh.
I mean, and they go for it. Like, there's some stuff... if you get to, it goes on Friday the 19th, and I think it's all out on Prime Video on Friday the 19th. Fast forward to episode 3. There's something in episode 3 that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Really, properly funny.
On a scale of 1 to Mother Teresa, your first outing, I believe, as a stand-up.
Yeah.
I would say probably not as funny as that. I mean, that's how you started out.
Well, look, Basically, what happened was I was, an out-of-work actor and working in restaurants, and I used to do this thing when I was polishing glasses, where I would put the little Irish linen tea towel on my head, and I'd pretend to be Mother Teresa. It's funny for 30 seconds. I developed it into an hour. And took it to Edinburgh. I'm not sure it's an hour funny, but I did it for a couple of years, and then I realised I'm not sure this will ever really take off.
Well, you say that. We've actually we found a little clip of this.
No.
We have from.
This is like rare. This is like the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay, let's have a little look at the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Hello,
Oh my God.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the unborn. Thank you ever so for coming. I'm sure most of you know who I am. I'm Mother Teresa of Calcutta, retired saint and general good time girl.
Phenomenal. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah.
I remember, because it was my first go at the Edinburgh Festival, so I sent out press releases to everyone to try and get some attention and thing. And I must have sent one to the religious department of the BBC in Scotland. Now, what I didn't know was that Dana, our very own Dana, was hosting a show for the religious studies bit of the BBC in Scotland. So I got a phone call.
You didn't know?
No, I really didn't know. So the BBC, I got a phone call from this researcher and saying they'd like to book me. Dana would like to interview me as Mother Teresa. And I'm thinking, God, what a cool religious programme this is. That they would find this funny, because it seems quite sacrilegious. I'm amazed they're finding this funny, they're laughing. And as I talked to the woman, it became clear, given that she's a researcher on a television programme, she must have a university degree. She thought I was the real Mother Teresa of Calcutta. And I was taking time out of my busy helping people in the streets schedule to perform in an attic theatre in Edinburgh for a month. And on the phone, you couldn't kind of go, you're a moron. So I was sort of embarrassed for her, so I had to kind of get the phone call to the end. And then I remember I sent her a letter where I laid it on really thick that, Mother Teresa's a big fan of Dana. Would she sign some of her records? And finally I got a letter back going, there's been a change of schedule and Dana will not be available to interview Mother Teresa. I was like, yeah, we were all very relieved.
Drat. I know you were home for Christmas.
I was.
In Cork. Was that to see the family or was that to apologise in person to the people of Fermoy?
Now, I said nothing about Fermoy. There was a lady on our show who described it in less than flattering terms.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember she suggested there was a bridge to jump off. I remember that was the highlight of Fermoy. Fermoy was very upset. And I think I was back here at the time because it seemed like every radio show on the Monday had phone-ins about how lovely or how horrible Fermoy is. Fermoy, the only thing I know about Fermoy is that it used to have a big pencil. I don't know if anybody remember the big pencil from Faber-Castell, and apparently that's gone now. So there you go. That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's all I know. When you do this job, and there are people you admire, and there are people you respect, and people that you love, and for me, I've always looked to you as no, I really have. You've done it in the UK, you've done it in the US, you've done all of these things. I know that, some people closer to you, not just as impressed with that success. I know your dad, in particular, maybe not as impressed.
No, my dad was great. My dad was, obviously, I was like nothing. I was trained as an actor, never worked. Then I, had a stand-up career, and but nothing. And he was ill. He had Parkinson's, and. But what was great was that I did get my Channel 4 show. I had found some success.
He got to see that.
So he got to see that, and I was so pleased. And I don't know how my mother did it, but we got him to London, into the studio to see a recording of that chat show on Channel 4. And it was about episode 3 or 4. And I remember it was Judith Chalmers and Grace Jones were the guests. And so afterwards, my mother and father and Judith Chalmers, the house is on fire. They are getting on. They're loving each other. And I said to my father, "Oh, would you like to meet Grace Jones?" And he looked across the green room. Grace Jones was there with this big Philip Tracy headdress, quaffing red wine. And my father looked over and he went, "No." But there is a picture. He must have met her because there is a picture of my mother and father with Grace Jones and Judith Chalmers. Judith Chalmers made it okay.
Of course, Judith Chalmers,
yeah,
that
she
made
it okay, yeah.
Look, I'm going to be popping my Eurovision cherry in a couple of weeks. We're going to be choosing who represents Ireland.
Exciting.
On this show.
Brilliant.
How long have you been hosting the coverage now?
I think about 14, 15 years, something like that. Like, it's weird, because I still feel like absolutely the new guy. Like, when I'm doing it, I still hear Terry's voice in my head. He should be doing it, but there I am, and I do love it.
And you still raise a drink at, is it song number 9?
It's song, well, before I did it, Terry very kindly rang me and said, "Look, the only advice I have is don't have a drink before song 9. What I didn't factor in is, when he was doing it, there was only about 12 countries. There's now 43 or something. So song 9 is actually very early.
Or not, as the case may be.
But yeah, we do raise our glass at song 9. Yeah.
You were a little bit busier though last year, weren't you? Because you weren't just commentating up in the box.
I had to do the running up and down, you know, and I'm an older gentleman. And actually, it was so sweet. The people in the audience who could see me kind of legging it from my little rabbit hutch onto the stage, you could see they were so impressed. So, look at him. Oh, he still has the use of himself. Isn't that great? And then you get down and you're like... and then you limp onto the stage. But I wasn't going to say yes to the on-stage hosting bit because I didn't want to lose my gig. But then I thought, if I'm up with the rabbit hutch looking down and someone else is doing it, I won't like that either, Paddy.
Yes.
So I thought I had a bit of cake and eat it too.
Because you're talking about losing gigs. I mean, you've got so many gigs now. I mean, you've got this.
It's embarrassing.
You've got this Prime gig. You've got the chat show. You've got the books. You've got the radio show. You've got Eurovision.
Spinning the wheel on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. And I filmed all these things quite separately, but now suddenly there's a glut, and I'm so sorry. I'm like tomatoes. There's just a glut. Make chutney. And but by the end of February, I'll be gone. There'll be no sign of me. I'll disappeared from the airwaves, so relax. Yeah.
Okay. Got to ask you before you go. Big birthday last year.
Oh yeah.
You're looking great. How are you feeling?
Well, you know, 60's a thing. You know, 40 I was a bit freaked out by because I didn't know how to be 40, and then I got over that, and then 50 was just more 40, but 60. There's no way, you can't pretend. Like, 60's just old. Like, it is just old. So suddenly you've got to go, God, I'm an old person.
Some people still haven't realised that in the audience.
Well, no, because I think the thing about being 60 is it's all fine, but now I think everything's out to get me. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're 18 and there's a funny twinge in your elbow, you just think, what the hell was that? Now you think, that will kill me. That's the start of something awful. It will kill me. Yeah. So yeah, you are slightly aware of the end game at 60.
Well, this is
look forward to it.
Look, this is great for us.
And you just starting.
I know. But you know, look on the other side, Graham. I mean, we've actually got footage of your final interview. This is great. This is great for us.
It's gold.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much. Lovely to have you back. Prime Video's first Irish original series, LOL, Last One Laughing Ireland. It launches Friday the 19th of January on Prime Video. Give it up one more time for Mr. Graham Norton!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.